it's not haunted, where it's just somebody playing a prank, it's a hoax. If I say, let me explain what's going on, that kind of sounds more like I'm leaving my options open to what I might find there, whether it be paranormal or something naturally occurring. And, even if you do come at it from a scientific mindset, that doesn't mean that there can't be something paranormal there. That just means that you're going to methodically approach the situation and rule out every possible naturally occurring phenomena first.
That's right. And you do come
So,
across things that you cannot do that with.
hmm and I'm going to tell you, when I've gone through my checklist, which is a very long one, of every possible occurrence that it could be, and I'm still drawing a blank, and I just have to say, I guess that's just paranormal. That makes my day. That thrills me more than anything.
So few people realize that about you,
hmm
I think.
hmm Yeah, that's. I think that's something that makes me a little different from a lot of people that tend to be more skeptical. Um, is my thrill isn't showing where it's fake or showing where oh no, that was just misinterpreted. My thrill is when I throw my whole arsenal of weapons to explain it and get defeated. That
Well,
is, to me, that just blows my mind. That's what keeps me awake at night. It's like, okay, well, I couldn't explain. What could it be? How could this be working? And this, to me, that's when I become like a kid at Christmas.
I have to tell you that I love that moment that happens to you too.
hmm
I really do.
You've
Be-
seen the look I get on my face.
I know. And I know that you are so analytical and you're so methodical. We are like the antithesis of each other in a lot of different ways when we're approaching paranormal experiences. But I know what you put into trying to find a logical, physical reason for whatever to occur.
hmm
And when you can't, it's like my Christmas too, right?
hmm
because because I'm like,
I,
yay.
I, I think you just love seeing that bewildered but excited look on my face.
Well, that too. There is that. But I absolutely get excited because I know how hard it is for something to pass all of your criteria. I know what that list entails for the most part. And when you get there, then that's validation for whatever I've been experiencing and documenting or trying to, if it feels like that to me, right, then
hmm
I get excited because then we really have achieved a form of communication with something that we don't know because we don't know who that is.
Absolutely. There's been several times we've had that happen on investigations where, I'm bringing in the measurement equipment and, you know, going through the, going through my list of methods to find out what is really going on. And, you're kind of going more to the spiritual side with it. But even through everything I do, everything you do, instead of one counteracting the other, we're meeting in the middle and coming to the same conclusion. And to me, that is golden.
It is. And it's really rare to have people that work together that well, I think,
hmm
from different sides of the spectrum like that. And
hmm
I think we're very fortunate that we can do that. So,
Well, I see a common pitfall that I see a lot of paranormal teams get themselves into, and this is one that I've always tried to avoid, is, you know, you people say, well, this person thinks this way or does this, so we don't want them on our team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to get a group of like-minded individuals together to look for paranormal activity. Well, you know, that's fine and dandy, but where's your diversity? Who is, if you all think the same way, then who's going to pick up what you're not thinking of?
Right. Who's
You
got,
need that diversity of mindset,
if you lock down,
you know.
you're not going to accomplish anything.
Right. You need to be challenged. And I always tell everyone on the team that, hey, if I say something and you don't agree, that because this is one of my pet peeves. I see these teams out there that, where whoever's the lead investigator or whatever, they, that is like, God forbid you disagree with the leader. I mean, it's like, no, you can't be that close-minded or egotistic. You have got to be willing to have your ideas challenged, because that's where you learn from and actually grow. Because I may have it in my mind that this goes one way, and you might observe something that I'm not looking at and point it out to me. And by you pointing out what you're seeing that I'm missing, then that might be the missing piece I needed to make the discovery I was wanting to make.
Right. I agree. You know what? We need to go to break. I apologize. So we're going to be gone about 3 minutes, and anyone who knows us knows that if we get started on these things, it just rolls. So we're going to take a 3-minute break, and we will be right back. Y'all enjoy this.
You are listening to WPHM Digital Broadcasting. The best in paranormal Talk Radio.
And just like that, we are back. You're listening to Paranormal. No, you're not. You're listening to Fate Radio with my guest, Frank Lee. So I am so excited that you're here. Thank you.
Well, you're quite welcome. I'm always honored to be a guest because I I always enjoy talking with you, bouncing ideas back and forth with you, and it's great when we can have a conversation on the air too.
I know, but we do get immersed, don't we? So
Hmm.
I I was enjoying what you were saying about the diversity of team members because both C.A.S.P.I.R and my primary team, C.A.R of Alabama,
Hmm.
actually I'm on both, so I don't guess I really have a primary, but are both very diverse and interesting groups of people because with C.A.R there are authors and computer programmers and or software developers. There are an insurance agent who is also a wonderful author, he does something with insurance. Ladarius is a social media mogul or developing into one, and then me and Wanda, who is Native American, and then Blaine, who is also Native American, and Jennifer, who is just fascinating. When we come to your team that you've founded, it's
Hmm.
the same thing. I don't know what
Hmm.
everyone there does for a living yet, but it's just such a diverse group of people. And it's kind of the mindset.
Absolutely. Um, you know, one thing about it is to think of it this way: if you put together a football team, how would it function if everybody was quarterbacks, but you didn't have any linemen?
Well, the quarterback would look awful sore.
Right, right. You need your quarterbacks, your nose guards, your offensive tackles, your defensive tackles. Everybody has their own role, and it's not everybody having the same mindset that makes a team strong. It's by bringing in those diverse functions, those specific functions that you might be a lot better at something than I am. So by me relying on you where I lack and vice versa, that's what really helps a team excel. And people forget about that.
Well, yes. And I find that it's the teams that do forget about that are too quick to have all skeptics or are too quick to write anything off that they don't agree with because as a unit they're there to disprove everything because nothing can actually be paranormal. They lose a lot, they miss a lot,
Hmm.
and
Definitely.
you're not that way at all. You're even though you're so strong on the science side. I met a friend this spring who is such a science person, and I actually
Hmm.
call him the high science guy when I talk to him. And he has such an interesting perspective. He compares the scientific to the woo woo factor as it is. There's
Hmm.
they don't they're not polar opposites as you said,
Hmm.
and I think it's interesting that you have that you're aware of that, and a lot of people are, but people
Hmm.
see psychics as just kind of a odd thing sometimes.
Well, the funny thing about it is, with me being more in parapsychology, um, a lot of the subjects that are the ways that I describe something would be very similar to what a to what someone who's a medium or